it drives by, it's loud.
Have you ever pulled up in a Lambo? Have you ever been in a Lambo?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
I pulled up in a Lambo. What's wrong with you?
Hey, dude, you pull up to every single traffic light, every single people walking past, people in the car next to you, everyone's staring.
Yeah.
All the time, always.
That's what I mean. Even if you don't like cars, the first thing as it goes by and it's like they're just like,
Was that
what a wank.
Lambo? What was that?
That was the exact sound of it.
I know you guys that are driving right now, look to your left to see if there's a Lambo pulling up next to you. The impersonation was that good.
Even if people don't like the car, they're like, oh, so loud. What a wanker. It's so loud. Why does it need to be that loud? Do you know what I mean? It always turns heads.
Yeah. It's
The reason is because it's so unobtainable. Like, you got to do the things. That guy that's driving that car did the things, and we're at where you are right now at some stage.
Yeah.
At some stage. Here's the next thing. If you are a laborer and you're working hard and you're working day in and your day out, and you're like, I'm not getting anywhere, yes, you working harder for the next 10 years as a laborer isn't going to get you that car. So have some self-awareness of what you're doing. Okay, because hard work doesn't mean you're going to get the reward at the end of the day. You've got to be doing things differently as well. Okay, so that should also piss you off because you're fucking laboring, digging a hole, and this can be anything. You could be cutting, you could be working at Kmart. Okay, you could be working for someone in any role, and you're seeing no progression. You don't see how you're going to get that break from your position, from where you are in life, from the matrix, as people might call it. Then what do you need to do differently? And that might be the spark that goes, yeah, you know what? I've got to get moving. I've got to start doing things differently.
Okay, let's touch on that because I love that. We've both been in that role.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were a fencer.
Yep.
I was a mechanic. We've both been in the role where you're working hands-on.
Yeah.
Like, you want to make money, you got to unscrew that, replace this part, fit that. What do they call the wooden beams?
Palings.
Palings. Fit the paling. Wooden beams.
The wooden ones.
What a person that's doing that. You might be someone. There is probably someone listening to this right now that's on their way to do that right now.
Yep.
And they're driving and they're like, "Fuck, they're talking about me." What does that person, what do they have to change? Like, you talked about, you need to change something. Yes, okay, I need to change something. But I've also been in positions in life where I'm like, I know I need to change something, but I don't know what that next step is.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to get from here to there.
Yeah.
I know I want that. I know I want to make that money or drive that car or do that thing or live in that place or get that girl or whatever it is. But I don't know what the steps are that are going to get me there. So you say they need to change. What do they need to change? What should that person be focusing on?
Okay.
What's something, if you were in that position now, like, okay, let's say,
Yep.
yeah, let's
dumb it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to basics.
Let's say
I'm there, I'm working.
for whatever reason, tomorrow, Hascon and every other business you own right now has to close down, and they're like, you're going to do fencing for a little bit.
Yeah.
That's it. You just have to, for whatever reason. Okay, you got to go back to fencing. What are you going to do to get yourself back into, if not further than the position you're in now?
So I'd say the first thing to do is, let's assume we're really good at our job. All right.
Good fencer.
Yep. Best in the biz, so we're really good. You're going to approach the boss and see what opportunities there are now for me to expand my horizon with what I'm doing. So listen, dude, I'm good at what I can do. I'll pump these hours out for you, these meters. How about if on my break, right, we get a half-hour lunch break, I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to knock on all the doors in this street. I'm going to see whoever else wants a fence built. Right, I'm just going to knock on their fence, on their thing. Okay, for every job I bring you outside, because that job wasn't there before. Wasn't there. If I knock on a house, if I bring you in the street, there's 30 houses in this street. Knock on every single one. If I bring you 3 other projects, can you give me a percentage cut of it? Right, so that's one thing right there.
And
I could be eating and walking and knocking and selling and say, hey, how are you? My name's George. We're just building some fences down the road. I notice your fence is in pretty poor condition. Would you like me to give you a free quote? I'm here right now. I can measure it quickly, give you a rough estimation. And then what I'll do is my boss will get in touch with you, do this, 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 and this. I go, again, free, no obligation quote, or maybe have the handbook there with me. I go 30 meters, it's this much per meter, no worries, bang, there's your quote. Let us know if you want us to start. We're actually in the area right now. We could easily start your job tomorrow if you like, as soon as tomorrow. Bang. All right, so there's that micro level. Okay, so maybe I'll do that 2, 3, 4 times. Then all of a sudden, my salary has gone from making $2,000 or $1,500 a week to 2.5 a week, and then maybe from 2.5 a week, I keep doing that, compounding every single time. We go to a different location, do it in that street. Go to a different location, do it in that street. Okay, before you know it, I might be making $10,000 a week. Just from my referrals. My boss is busier than ever. He's had to get his own team. Then maybe I step off the tools. I get into a management position. I say, listen, boss, I'm just going to go around. Every time we do a job, I'm just going to walk the street, do that, get all the inquiries in, do so on, bang. All of a sudden now I'm managing his stuff, employing people. I'm 2IC. I go to the boss and say, listen, let me buy you out. Maybe I go, you know what? Why am I making him all this money? Why don't I go start GP fencing, GPF? Top G fencing.
Top G's that.
Shit. Get top G fencing there. All right.
Top G fencing.
Grab the people. Do it.
Such a good business.
Yeah, top G fencing. Watch out. Heard it here first. So then I do that. Now this is just an example with what I was doing in back in the day. I was doing this as a job during uni.
Yeah.
Let's just say I did that. Then I've got a business all of a sudden that's burning, making $500,000, $1 million, whatever it might be. And then say I do want to get back into construction. Or I want to get back into whatever, media.
Can I interrupt you for a moment?
Please.
So I think there's something you did there without actually doing it.
What's that?
And that's you got clear on what you wanted.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right.
Because you knew, okay, I need to make more money.
That's right.
I could tell from where you were going. I'm like, he's clearly focusing on making more money.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that is step one, though.
Money is, you know what? Hammer. When I'm building something, I need a hammer. What is a hammer?
Tool.
A tool. What's money?
Tool.
It's a tool.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
It's leverage.
You need to use it to generate the service, the product, the wealth. People look at it as money makes you happy. No, money is a tool. This glass doesn't make me happy. If I sold 50 million of them, it would make me happy. The things that I could do with the money would make me happy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But like, you're right. Money is a tool.
It's just a tool. And I think people don't look at it like that. They look at it as
100%.
Yeah. People don't look at money as a tool. They look at it as, this is the thing that's going to give me happiness.
But I think that comes down to having a bad psychology around it in the sense of this is scarce.
Yes. Well, because
you only like things that are scarce.
Yeah.
Right? Like if there was money everywhere, does anyone go pick up leaves off the ground and say, dude, this is sick?
Yeah.
No one. Because I get it, it's got no value, but also it's everywhere.
Yeah.
If anything is everywhere, it would have no value.
That's right. So it was with the Lambos or the Ferraris, if everyone drove one, it's got no value anymore. Like no one cares about that.
Yeah, so I think getting clarity on
what you want. Yeah, and I think if you're frustrated and you feel trapped in your job or in your business, take a step back. What do I actually want? Maybe you don't want to be in business.
Yeah, maybe
business isn't for everyone. I think business is a cheat code for anyone in the country. Everyone should have a business if you can, but it's honestly...
You reckon everyone should have a business?
Look, I think it is a way for you to leverage the system. Absolutely. I can do things in my business that I can't do if I'm working a job. Claimable expenses.
Yeah.
All right? Simple. Not tax evasion, but claimable expenses.
Yeah. But
I can use and utilize.
Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
But you're also wrong.
How?
You think everyone should have a business?
I think
those claimable expenses, the stuff that you get, the advantages, come at a cost.
Yeah, of course they do. Everything does.
Come at the cost of never switching off. Come at the cost of
that's what risk. This was the next thing I was going to get to. Yeah. Not everyone can run a business.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
not everyone can. And I think if you can, look, it may not be that you run it. Maybe you employ a team to do it. Like there's things that you need. Maybe you're just a CEO type person, or maybe you were saying the other day you would get into, what was it? What is it when you buy businesses?
Private equity.
Private equity.
Yeah.
Maybe you do something like that. Leverage something somehow, your skill set, your knowledge to benefit you in some sort of way. Because everyone has a skill set that they could turn into a business. Really. If you think about it.
I think that's the danger that people make.
What, with getting into business?
Yeah, they use the skill set.
Correct. They aren't the skills that got you to where you are aren't the skills that you need to get you where you need to be.
100%.
Without a doubt. Like I couldn't agree more with that. Couldn't agree more with that. And I think a lot of people do find themselves in that trap. And builders is a perfect example. Because I see I'd say 90% of the builders that I coach and mentor have that mindset. So I'm the best builder. I'm an exceptional builder. They physically build shit with their hands, with their tools, with everything, and they don't ever get out of that space. No, the day you get your license, you are no longer a builder. That's it. You quit building. That is for other people now. Now you're here to run a business. That's the difference. I think if you can. Like, I would encourage my children to get into business of some sort. They have a lot of backing now from me because when I say backing from a knowledge base, I think that's really powerful that I can help guide them in that right direction.
Wouldn't that be a sick thing though? Like okay, I don't have kids, but from my perspective, I think it would be the greatest thing to watch your son run a business and just be like his advisor. Do you know what I mean? And he only comes to you when shit's like, hey, this is what's happening, or can you check out this deal? And you're just like,
absolutely. This is shit.
Shit deal, bro.
This shit. Get rid of it.
Get out of here. It's disgrace.
Yeah. Girl in the red dress.
Yeah. Oh, the girl in the red dress. Yeah. It's just a distraction, right?
Yeah, so I would like that. I wouldn't necessarily want him or my daughter to be a builder. Yeah, wouldn't want him to take over the family business. I just know what's involved in this space and what it costs and what it is. This is what I do now. This is my thing. I'm good at it, and I'll continue to do it. But I know it's a hard slog, and there's easier ways to get success and money. If they love doing it, by all means, go for it. Give it a crack. But I like the idea of them getting into business because I think there's a lot of opportunities there. A lot of opportunities, especially when you're really good at it. When you're really good at it, the game stops becoming what you just said. It stops becoming your skill and it starts becoming business, no matter what it is. Like, you could apply, last episode we spoke about the fundamental things you need to run a successful business. Like, these things are applicable across every single industry, no matter what you do, no matter what size you are at.
There's only, I guess, as a human, not breaking down the skills to that level, but there's only a few things you can bring to a business.
Like what?
You either bring experience, so like knowledge, or you bring money, like you can fund it, or you bring a network. Like, you have connections that will allow you to get into doors that will... I think that's one of the most underrated things, network. Dude, you just have to have a couple of good connections in... Like, I'll give you an example. I was speaking to someone, legacy media. I met up with a client a few weeks back now, and he has an in with a big wholesaler.
Yeah.
Big. Everyone would know this brand. And I'm looking at trying to structure a deal with them to get in to do the media work for them, like to do all the content, everything. And it's like, that's just one connection.
Yeah, just one.
That could change everything.
What about earlier in the year? There was a contractor, I'll be vague, but they were doing some work for someone very well known. And you were going to do the content for them, which would have allowed a connection with them as well. So it was Jordan Peterson.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then this is what I'm saying, that sometimes it takes the one thing, right? All this work that you're grinding, that you're doing, that everything's leading up to it, allowed you the opportunity to be standing in front of this contractor who knows Jordan Peterson. You go in there, do the footage for him. He likes it so much. It's like, wow, that was amazing. I'm actually coming back here in Melbourne to do XYZ. Would you mind filming it for me? You know what? I'm going to UK this week. Can you and your crew come and film? Absolutely. Like, imagine the connection. Would you go to the UK? Yeah. Film? All expenses paid. You got to get your own fucking shit from the minibar though.
Yeah.
Sort your shit out.
Pay for your own flights.
But again, think about that. And then Jordan's like, hey, come here. I want to talk to you. So by the way, first of all, how do I get onto the $1 Million Day podcast? I said, listen.
Yeah, relax.
We'll get in. Yeah. Relax. One step at a time.
Get in line.
But then you might be...
GC's going to flip.
Yeah. But then it might be a matter of, let me introduce you to my friend. All right? Who's his friend? Whatever it is.
Yeah, and it's
and then all of a sudden,
boom,
you've gone from filming construction sites to filming the top known celebrities in the world. Because you're known, trusted, tested, proven, great to get along with.
Yeah. That touches on the whole consistency thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
So, I mean, awareness, self-awareness. It's a really hard thing, self-awareness, I think.
How do you teach that?
You can't. It's like, I'm never going to be an NBA player. As much as I might, I might think I'm going to play in the NBL. I'm going to play. You're not. You're 40. You're not playing in the NBL.
I know someone who thinks they are so good at things and they are so bad.
Yeah. That's delusional.
It's actually delusion, dude. Like the sort of person to say, like, that's basketball as the example.
Yeah.
I'm going to drop 50 this game. Doing, and then you'll be like, 50 must be good.
Yeah.
Like, and then you watch him. And
Yeah.
And it's like, won't even score. You'll be like, where's the 50 now?
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
Just give me 2.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean?
Give me a basket.
Like, what happened? How did you? I guess it is delusion, huh?
It has to be, man. Like, okay, you want to say, oh, I see it, I believe it, I manifest it, I will do this. Okay, it's great, but it gets to a point where it's not going to be that. If you're 4'0" and you can't score and you're not very fit and you weigh 300 kilos, you're not playing the NBA. You know what I mean?
4 foot, 300 kilos. That's a wide
That's
person.
a big guy.
I was like, yeah.
Or girl. But you're not going to be playing basketball.
Yeah.
But let's say you're really fit. Let's say you're great skills. Unfortunately, at 4 foot, you're probably not going to play in the NBA.
You're disadvantaged.
Yeah. So you've got to understand that it's going to get to a point in time where you go, all right, I need to start using my skills elsewhere. Okay, I'm really good at basketball. Maybe a good coach. Maybe I could coach the NBA. All right, cool. Let's shift. Let's pivot the skills.
You know what else as well?
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click just over here. Or if you want to watch the full episode, you can click over here. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and thanks for watching.